There was a time when I was full of wonder, when the twinkles in the night sky sparked my wildest imagination. As I grew a little taller, the world grew a little smaller and colder. But I finally had the chance to relive the magical and wonderful days at Space Center Houston, and this was my day. This is Falcon 9? Whoa! Space Center Houston is located in the southeastern corner of Houston, Texas. It serves as the official visitor center of NASA Johnson Space Center. Oh yeah, I went there with Pon and Fawn. We're an Asian squad. Okay, we are out of our cars, heading to the entrance of NASA Space Center, and Pon, who had a gold medal in astronomy, a bronze medal in astronomy Olympiads, will be our tour guide of the day. Instead of getting the regular admissions tickets, Pon and I got the City Pass, which was $64 and it included admission to 5 attractions. Space Center Houston and 4 more attractions of my choice. We got to the Space Center relatively early and almost immediately booked one of the tram tours on their app. The first tram tour we took was to the astronaut training facility. I'm sure this will be an out-of-the-world experience for us. How many space puns can we think of today?
How many what?
How many space puns can we come up with today? That was one. I really want to shout out Team Rocket. How does the motto go? It's like, to prepare the world, wait no, to prepare the world for devastation, if I'm remembering this correctly. To unite all people within our nation. To, hold on, let me look at the words.
To protect the world from devastation.
To unite all people within our nation.
To denounce the evils of truth and love.
To extend our reach to the stars above.
First off on our trip, Pon, what is this building?
Astronaut training facility.
What does it do?
Train astronauts.
Ooh, we are ready to blast off. Pun number 2. Well, 10 minutes into the tour, I already learned that NASA invented Velcro. So I can thank NASA for this backpack. Velcro, thanks NASA. I am quoting the following directly from Space Center Houston's website because I could not have said it any better. International Space Station modules help astronauts become familiarized with the space station in preparation for their mission. Although equipment in the building may change, the goal of the training facility has remained the same. It houses almost 200 training courses to help astronauts become familiar with the spacecraft, understand its various systems, and prepare for emergencies that may occur during a mission. After departing from the astronaut training facility, the tram dropped us off at Rocket Park. We're at Rocket Park, and seeing all these rockets and hearing all our missions to space, like, it makes me very confident and proud of being a human, and it makes me very hopeful because we are really capable. Come with me. This was the rocket that went to space, and it was very important because that was the first rocket to space, first American rocket to space. Look how big this engine is! 5 of them are required to push the entire rocket up to the space. Pretty impressive stuff, huh?
So I guess I'm fired as a guide.
You're still the guide.
Ready to be blown away?
Pun number 3. Let's go. In the warehouse, the 30-story tall Saturn V, accompanied by posters and banners against the walls, told stories of humanity's greatest adventures. See the engine out there? Right here? Ta-da! 5 of them. I'm just really impressed by the engines. Look how big it is. Like, Pon, if you were given the opportunity, would you become an astronaut?
No,
Why?
I don't want to die.
Fair. Pon,
Yeah.
if you were given the opportunity, would you become an astronaut?
Well, it depends on who built the rocket, like if that's safe or not.
Okay, so that's a maybe.
Yeah.
We headed back to the Space Center and had our lunch at their Space Cafe. I'll be honest, their sandwich wasn't exactly stellar. Alright, we had our lunch and now we are at Independence, the space shuttle, and we are going to basically walk the way that astronauts have walked. This is orbiter access arm right here. And at the end of this hallway, this is not even a hallway, the arm, this is the white room where astronauts, whoa, echoes, where astronauts get cleaned before they take on the mission. To shuttle! Well, the shuttle is on the other side. Space Shuttle Independence, formerly known as Explorer, is a replica of the Space Shuttle. We got to see what a space shuttle looked like from the inside. So we went from the flight deck to the cargo bay. So this is the airlock. This is where they go out to space. This is actually quite spacious. Cargo bay. Last but not least, we have the plane that carries the shuttle. So here's the plane. Heading in. Independence sits on top of the magnificent NASA 905, a modified Boeing 747, which ferried space shuttle orbiters from the landing sites back to the launch complex at the Kennedy Space Center.
It's a little disappointing. I thought we were gonna see the top.
Han, any thoughts?
Very cool. John Kiker was so very instrumental in the space shuttle program because he was the one that came up with the idea of placing the space shuttle orbiter on top of the 747.
I just have to admire the scale of this. On to tour number 2. To Mars! Our second tram tour was to the famous Apollo Mission Control Center. On July 20th, 1969, Neil Armstrong's words were echoed here, alongside sighs of relief and cheers of joy.
That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
19 minutes later, Buzz Aldrin, too. And back in Houston, Apollo 11 mission control, many wiping away tears.
We're at a historic landmark. We just saw a video with audios from the day of our moon landing in 1969. Wow, humankind is capable of amazing things. We wrapped up our tram tours and went back to the Space Center, where we visited the replica of Skylab, the first United States space station. I also got to touch the moon. Oh, sorry. And Mars. Oh. And Pond sniffed a meteorite. How does it smell?
Not much. It just smells like iron.
We went through the gallery and stopped by NASA's next spaceflight program, Artemis. Artemis is aiming for its first touchdown on the lunar South Pole by 2025. The lunar exploration is to create a long-term human presence on the moon and to prepare for our eventual human missions to Mars. There were other exhibits and experiences that I didn't have time to cover in this vlog, such as the spacesuit collection, live presentations, Starship Gallery, etc. Through mistakes and lessons, catastrophes and triumphs, humans march on. We don't always put the right foot forward, but we always remain curious. Our inquisitive spirits push us to go beyond ourselves, to search, to experiment, to discover. And that was my takeaway from Space Center Houston. Thank you for coming with me on this journey. Thank you to people of all professions who keep the world as magical and as wonderful as I once remembered. Have a good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. This is Winnie, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!
Join this tour.
You just cursed in my vlog.